I've been wanting to do this video for a while, and I keep putting it off because no time was ever a good time, and I hate it when people do videos and don't get right to the point. So I'm going to get right to the point. Hate. Hate is an incredibly negative, powerful emotion. It sucks your soul dry. It hardens your heart. It can screw with your health. It makes you look old. And I am trying desperately to understand where this is coming from. Now, I do understand a lot of people, it's learned behavior from somebody before them, whether it's a family member or a friend. Most likely family members who have taught them from a very, very young age to hate. Now, you don't know these people's story, so I don't get it. So the gay couple living next to you, or the Muslim couple that owns the convenience store down the street, you don't know their story. You don't know what makes them happy. You don't know what makes them sad. So why would you hate on them? Now, granted, you have every right to hate whoever the hell you please. You can't make it a law that people be nice to each other, but what you can do is you can open your heart a little bit and talk to people and get to know them as an individual, because we're all human beings. Anything else after that is secondary. And maybe you dislike it. Maybe you don't agree with it. That's fine. But if you can have a civil, decent conversation with somebody that is on your radar that you hate, you might open up your mind a little bit and open up your heart to some love, because love to me is a whole lot better emotion, and it feels much better. And I just think that maybe something traumatic happened in these people's lives. Why are you going to hate a whole group of people because of one individual? The only time that you do not have the right to hate on somebody is if it leads to physical violence of any kind. You don't have a right to put your hands on anybody, or any kind of vandalism to their property. That's where that all stops. And I think if everybody just took the time and maybe learned to love, I think there was really no learning to love. I think in a way there is. I think love should just be a part of you when you're born, and it should be nurtured. I'm not going to inject my opinions here, because my thoughts are my thoughts, and if I say anything about how I feel about anyone, it's going to offend one side or the other, and I'm not going to do that. I think if you want to hate, you should keep it to yourself. You can't make somebody love you except you. You can try your damnedest, but if they're hell-bent on hating you because of who you are, you gotta let them go. And I think trying to get them to see your side of things pretty much unvalidates their feelings. No matter whether they're heinous, horrible, they're probably wrong, and it's not giving you a good feeling. I understand that. But silencing someone else will also silence you. And I might not agree with what you say. I might not like what you do. Maybe it's the way you decorate your house. I don't give a damn. I mean, if the same-sex couples want to love each other, what's so wrong with that? If another person wants to love another person, no matter if it's the same sex or not, that's all good to me. But this whole pride thing that's going on right now, and I'll give a very good example, and everybody's all up in arms about the flag going up on the state capitol in California. I don't agree with it, only because that singles out one particular group who believes that they're not included in everything else. But there's so many other groups that are not included as well, and I'm not going to go into detail about that. I think the only thing that should be on a Capitol building is the state flag and the United States flags, period. And that's all I got to say about that. But the Christians do not have the right to get in a gay couple's face saying you're sinners and you're this and you're that and you're going to hell. You know what? I'm a Christian, and there is no way in hell that I was okay with me. That is not okay with me. When the gay community decides to stop a venue from a band playing in their nightclub simply because their lyrics, it's a rap group I believe, were hateful and against gays and all that, it's horrible, absolutely, but you don't have the right to scream and yell and whine about it, because what if that same nightclub said, well, you're not allowed to have your pride parade down my street? Well, then if you're going to exclude him from what he's going to do, it's going to exclude you too. So it's a lose-lose situation here. I say just leave them the hell alone, and they'll leave you the hell alone. If the gays want to have a gay pride parade, let them. I don't see a damn thing wrong with it as long as they're not hurting anybody. And if you're not hurting anybody, then I don't see what the deal is. You're both wrong, you're both right. Basically, I don't see it that way. It's you have opinions and you have opinions, and you need to respect each other. And if it's not going to work out, if they're that stubborn, then you simply walk away. That's all you need to do. Don't sit there and argue with them. You can't keep pushing the issue with them. They're not going to listen. And hopefully maybe a decent conversation with somebody who feels that way, you might be able to change their minds. And that is a win-win right there. But to bow up into somebody's face like that, either way, you're both wrong. And just because I disagree with you does not mean that I hate you. It doesn't mean that you're wrong and I'm right. It simply means I disagree. And you can respectfully disagree. I just say love one another and try to open your heart, because hate, it's just not, it's not right, and it will destroy you from the inside out. And just remember, I love everybody. That is what you should be saying to everybody.